Hey everyone, and welcome back to the AnzenGuard podcast. I'm Michael Reynolds. And with me, as always, the amazing Laura Wilson.
Hey there.
Today we're doing a deep dive into something we've all been hearing about a lot lately.
Yeah.
Social media and identity theft.
Mm.
You know, you hear about data breaches and scams all the time these days. And
Right.
it's easy to wonder, how can I actually stay safe in the digital world?
It's a really valid concern these days.
Yeah.
Especially with how much of our lives are lived online now.
Right.
And what's so interesting, I think, is how social media, which was supposed to be for connecting with people,
Right.
has really become a hunting ground for these identity thieves.
It's so true. We share so much about ourselves online.
Yeah.
Birthdays, vacation plans, even just like our favorite restaurants. It's all out there.
It is, and that's what makes it so dangerous.
Yeah.
It's like these little innocent details that seem innocent enough on their own,
Right.
but scattered across all these different platforms. They can be pieced together like a puzzle by somebody who wants to do us harm.
Yeah, I saw an article a while back about how even just those little personality quizzes you see,
Oh, yeah.
what kind of dog are you or whatever,
Uh-huh.
can be used to gather information about us.
Exactly. And think about it. Security questions for so many websites and accounts
Oh, yeah.
ask you things like, what was your first pet's name?
Uh-huh.
Or what street did you grow up on?
Right.
Or what's your mother's maiden name?
Yeah.
All that can be figured out through these seemingly harmless quizzes.
That's so scary.
Yeah.
We give away so much without even realizing it.
It's true. And it's not just about being cautious about what we post either.
Right.
These criminals are getting way more sophisticated.
Yeah, I bet.
They're using these AI-powered phishing scams
Yeah.
to create these super personalized messages that are really hard to tell from the real thing.
Oh, wow.
These programs can analyze your posts and figure out like how to tailor their approach to you.
So they really get shit up. Let your guard down.
Exactly.
Wow.
It makes it even harder to know what's real and what's a trap.
So it's not just about being careful about what we share.
Right.
We have to be super careful about what we click on, too.
It is.
It's like a digital minefield out there.
Yeah, and this is where it gets even worse. Hacked accounts are bought and sold all the time on the dark web.
Oh, gosh.
Like it's its own little marketplace for stolen identities. It's a huge business. Which means even if you have like the strongest passwords
Right.
and the tightest privacy settings, our accounts could still be vulnerable.
That is unsettling. So where do we even start with protecting ourselves? How do we navigate this minefield safely?
Well, a good place to start is just recognizing the most common habits that
Okay.
make us easy targets on social media.
Okay.
There was this article I was reading that outlined 7 surprisingly common things that people do online that put them at risk.
Okay.
These habits just open the door for trouble.
Okay, so what are these sneaky habits we need to be watching out for?
Yeah. Okay, so imagine this. You're scrolling through your feed, just doing your thing,
Uh-huh.
and you see a post from a friend
All right.
about an amazing deal, like a free cruise or a chance to win concert tickets,
Yeah.
and you click on it without thinking.
I've totally done that before.
Wow.
Those things look so convincing.
I know, and that's the first trap. Clicking on unfamiliar links. Those
Uh-huh.
links can lead to like fake websites designed to steal your info
Oh, wow.
or download malware onto your device.
That's scary.
It's easy to get caught up in the excitement,
Yeah, it is.
which is why you got to pause and think before you click.
Okay.
Look at the URL closely.
Uh-huh.
Does it look right? Does
Yeah.
it have weird misspellings or inconsistencies?
Oh, okay.
And remember, if it seems too good to be true,
Yeah.
it probably is.
Okay, so a healthy dose of skepticism.
Exactly.
That's key.
Right.
What about passwords?
Oh, yeah.
I know I'm totally guilty
Well-
of using the same one for multiple accounts.
Yeah, that's habit number 2, using weak passwords.
Oh.
If you use something simple like password 123 or your pet's name,
Yeah.
it's like leaving your front door unlocked. It's so easy for them to crack those.
What's the solution then? I can barely remember my grocery list, let alone like a million different passwords.
That's where password managers come in.
Oh, okay.
They generate and store like super strong, unique passwords for each account, so you don't have to
Wow.
remember them all.
So it's like a digital vault.
Exactly.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
So we've got clicking wisely,
Mm-hmm.
strong passwords. What's next?
All right, think about your profile for a minute.
Okay.
How much info is out there for everyone to see?
Probably too much.
That's habit number 3, oversharing personal details.
Okay.
Your full birthday home, address, your mom's maiden name,
Yeah.
all that can be used to like build a whole profile of you.
It's like giving them the recipe for identity theft.
Yeah. And don't forget about those quizzes and surveys
All right.
that ask you all sorts of personal stuff.
They seem so harmless.
I know, but all that data can be really valuable to someone trying to steal your identity.
So it's like a trade-off. A few minutes of entertainment for
Yeah.
potentially risking your security.
Right, and speaking of sharing too much,
Oh,
the next two habits are all about location,
okay.
using geolocation tags, and checking in everywhere you go. You're basically broadcasting your location to the world.
So if I'm always tagging myself for the gym, work, and home,
Mm-hmm.
I'm basically handing someone a map to my life.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. And while it might seem harmless to share where you had coffee
Right.
or that amazing view on a hike,
Yeah.
it can give criminals info about your routine and where you spend your time.
So maybe it's better to be a little more discreet online.
Yeah.
What about birthdays? Are we supposed to keep those secret now too?
You don't have to go into hiding or anything, but sharing your birthday publicly can be risky.
Okay.
Think about it. A lot of people use their birthday as part of their passwords or security questions.
Right.
So by putting that info online, you're giving away a pretty important piece of the puzzle.
Wow, never thought about it like that.
Oh.
Okay, so we've got clicking on links,
Yeah.
passwords, oversharing locations.
Mhm.
What's the last habit we need to watch out for?
This one has to do with who you connect with online.
Okay.
Are you the type of person who accepts every friend request that comes your way?
Yeah, I have to admit, I kind of am. I'm a little bit of a people pleaser online.
Yeah.
I hate rejecting people, so I usually accept most friend requests.
I get it, but that can be a big risk. Fake accounts are everywhere on social media,
Yeah.
and they're often used for gathering information or spreading scams.
Oh, wow.
It's like inviting a stranger into your home without even checking their ID.
Okay, good analogy.
Yeah.
So being mindful of who we connect with is super important.
Yeah.
We've covered a lot here, and honestly, it's a bit overwhelming thinking about all the ways we could be vulnerable online.
Right.
What are some things we can do to proactively protect ourselves?
There are a ton of simple but effective steps you can take, like learning how to spot those fake accounts.
Okay, how do we do that?
Look for profiles with stolen photos or generic sounding posts or very few friends and interactions.
Yeah.
If something feels off, just trust your gut.
Okay, so a little online sleuthing can go a long way.
Exactly. What about your privacy settings?
Oh, gosh, mine are probably a mess.
It's definitely worth taking the time to review and customize them. Think of it like putting a fence around your digital yard.
Okay.
You get to decide who sees what, who can contact you, and what info is visible to the world.
So control what you can control.
Exactly.
While we're on the topic of cleaning things up, should we be worried about old accounts we don't use anymore?
Definitely. Those can be like prime targets for hackers.
Oh, no.
If you're not using an account, it's best to just deactivate it. It's like closing the door to a room you're not using.
Okay.
Why leave it open?
Yeah, makes sense.
Mm.
So we've got spot fake accounts, tighten up privacy settings,
Yep.
deactivate old accounts. Anything else?
Don't forget two-factor authentication.
Oh, right.
That adds an extra layer of security by requiring a unique code in addition to your password.
Okay.
It's like having a double lock on your door.
I like that. Double the protection, double the peace of mind.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm feeling more empowered already. It's like we're taking back control.
Yes. And the last step is to be really vigilant about monitoring your accounts.
Okay.
Check your bank statements and credit card activity regularly.
Mm-hmm.
Look for any charges or transactions that seem weird.
So we're basically our own security guards now.
Yeah, keeping a close eye on our digital finances.
Exactly. This has been such an eye-opening conversation, Laura. Thank you for sharing your expertise with us.
My pleasure. It's so important to have these conversations.
It really is. I think the biggest takeaway for me is that staying safe online is an ongoing process. It's not a one-time fix.
Right.
It's a series of habits and choices we make every day.
Exactly. It's about being mindful, informed, and proactive.
Well, that's it for today's deep dive into social media and identity theft. I hope you all learned as much as I did. I'm Michael Reynolds.
And I'm Laura Wilson.
And this has been the AnzenGuard podcast. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share this episode with your friends and family. Let's all work together to make the digital world a safer place.
Stay safe out there.